Where's my good luck? Where's my paper? I know. I got my back up, though. Now I'm really good.
That's what every skilled guy does, is has a plan.
Yep.
Plan. Before you race him, you got a plan, right?
Hold on.
What's up, guys? I'm Tyler, whatever blows your hair back, and today we got some special guests, and we got some dirt track talk coming. And right now, before we name off our special guests, I want to introduce the grandpa from our special guest and the mother, Ashley. So if you guys want to introduce yourself, say hi, and maybe we'll say Odin sitting in the back ready to come on, and maybe let us know how you guys got to hear about Whatever Blows Your Hair Back Studio and what brought you guys in here.
Yeah, I'm Dave. I'm Odin's grandpa. #1 supporter of him, and kind of just do the background thing, and it kind of stuck me out here, and I'm going to help you guys out a little bit.
All right, so that's his grandpa. That's Odin's grandpa, and this is Odin's mother. And she's gonna. Everyone's always wondering in the motocross world and in the flat track world, from my experience, what the moms do behind the scenes as far as getting the kids ready. Are you nervous? Can you just tell us a little bit about like what you do?
Well, first of all, you got to plan every single race you're going to go to, whatever state you're in. And then on race day, it's a lot to keep a 9-year-old sat down and calm so they can save their energy to race. They want to be off playing with their friends. We have to keep them fed, hydrated, and most importantly, we have to make sure that all their gear is right and they're to staging on time because they will race without them.
So the mother's work, there you have it. It sounds like a full-time gig. So the mothers are very busy behind the scenes. And in this case, we got his grandpa, who sounds like you're the mechanic / logistics guy, getting the trailer loaded up. Can you tell me about your day-to-day operations on you guys help Odin?
Well, when we get to the track, we got to unload everything, and it's quite a bit of stuff, and everything, of course, has to be strapped down really good, unload. Probably takes us about an hour. Then we get the bikes out, start the bikes, make sure they still run, make sure everything works on the bike, shifters, clutches.
So yeah, you're the maintenance guy.
Yep, make sure everything's going to work when he gets prepared to go, and then we just kind of racing is a lot of sitting, a lot of waiting. There's a lot of different classes, so you just have to be prepared. As Ashley has said, they will race without you.
Yeah, when the gate drops, if they're not at the gate, they're pulling off without
When
you.
you go in, if you're not in staging, you can call for 2 minutes, and you have 2 minutes. If you're not there, you're not in the race.
So there you have it, guys. You see the very importance of the mother and the grandpa and the family behind what it takes to make a champion. And so that being said, on a champion note, I think we got enough from mother. Unless you got anything more that you want to add before she takes off. Unless you got anything to add.
Not really. It's just a really fun sport. It is really scary when you're sending your kid out there. A lot of pacing to be done while they're racing, and you just really hope that they stay on 2 wheels.
So there you have it. The mothers do care, and she's highly concerned, and she's always looking out. And so thanks for coming on. And
Thanks for having me.
Before you step off, we got one more hot guest that came in, Mr. Danny Couch. Danny's he's a #1 racer. Always been around with me growing up, and he's a flat tracker, and he holds a lot of #1 plates. So I thought it was great to bring on Danny Boy to talk to Odin when we finally get to get Odin on, and we get some race talk from the guys on the track with some experience, some older experience, and me just kind of picking the push. So Danny Boy, if we can get you up here, come on in, please. Give yourself a nice warm welcoming for Danny Boy coming. Give him a little round of applause in there. Thank Dan. And Danny Boy was one of our special guests, of course, for saving the best Odin to last. And when he comes on, the real show starts. So make sure you guys, if you guys are just tuning in, I'm Tyler, whatever blows your hair back. This is Danny Couch, flat track and star, always have been, many years around, holds many trophies. And then we got one of the OGs in the flat tracking game, which is Odin's grandpa, Grandpa Dave, and I think it'd be great having you two in the same room, such experience here, and then you got the guy on the track with more experience, I know, to talk and what it takes to groom someone like Odin, who we're gonna bring in here, who's a #1 champion already. Maybe Danny Boy, you can fill us in, and you can add in as well on some of the obstacles that he's got coming up. Like, how old were you when you started, and what were some of the obstacles that you had at his age?
Well, back when I was probably about 5 or 6 years old, that's when I really started racing. I just kind of got involved in ice racing, and it wasn't probably till about 9 or 10 years old that I kind of got into the flat track, actually the dirt flat track, which is half mile, quarter mile racetracks that are conformed of your clay tracks. some are conformed with some sand and some gravel, which we call pea gravel. But anyways, about 10 years old, I started getting into the actual the dirt stuff in the summertime, and from there I advanced into the pro ranks into my 20s, and I've had some ups and downs through my race career, but
So younger, when you were younger though, you didn't go pro as quick as. I'm sorry, Odin. He's about to take that level at a younger age to go pro. No,
you have to be a certain age to become a pro. So he's just going through the ranks. Actually, you have to be a certain age to ride a size bike. Like a 65, you can ride till you're 11, and then you can ride a 250, and then when you're 14, you can ride a 450, and it goes a progressive.
So you can't go.
ranking.
You can't go pro at a young age. Is what I was
Exactly.
asking.
yeah, the age bracket is 16 years old is where you
That's
where
what
you
I thought
come
it
a-
was, 'cause
you can become a pro, and that's your age bracket, 16, and you could come. Well, you don't go automatic to the expert. See, there's different divisions actually in pro. There's back when I was in my earlier days they would call it pro am, but now they call it pro singles is what they do, because they just ride singles, a single piston motor.
Oh,
And,
all right. I thought
and
it's-
when you go to like they call it the twins class now, it's a 2-cylinder motorcycle. So that's your expert class. That's the furthest step you can go in the flat tracking world.
And that's what
as,
you did,
as
man?
pro level. And that's where I was in the twin class.
Yeah.
And still am, obviously, but I don't ride the AFT stuff, obviously, and most people know that. I do ride a few races that few promoters put on, and I race in the pro class there, but I also race in the 50-plus class, too.
There you have it. Dan races a lot of classes. What do you got to say about the different classes? And as a grandfather working on a bike, that's a 65. Can you talk about the bikes real quick with the 65 behind you, and then this is an 85. Why are there different sizes? Let's talk about the different classes, and maybe I noticed the tire treads were worn only on the inside and not on the outside. We can elaborate on that.
Right. Well, basically, they start out on, if you start at a young age, like Odin started at 4 years old, he raced on a PW. Then you kind of age yourself out of that, and then you're able to ride on a 65. So your progression is always trying to ride the biggest bike that you can in your age group. So that is the difference between the bikes. And I mean, as far as a normal person would say, they're all like really super fast, flip you on your back kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's an age thing that goes up, and then that's kind of how that works. You just keep progressing forward and try and get better. And of course, your main goal is to get up to like where Danny is, and Danny was, and that's your main goal.
So right now he's on a 65 and 85. So what I'm asking is he at that age bracket where he's too big for that bike, but barely big enough to get on this one? So you're climbing into a new class, reaching?
They kind of overlap a little bit, So on a 65 bike, you can ride that from 7 to
Calling
11
Mom.
years
Mom,
old.
get on that
Yeah.
mic, Mom. And
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, get on that mic
You
and tell
can
us what
ride
it
from
is.
7 to 11 years old. Well, on the 85, you can start riding that
9 to 15.
at 9. So
So age matters here.
you have 2 years there that's kind of overlapping where you can ride both bikes. And our theory is seat time, lap riding on the track is more beneficial to learn really, because you're racing on dirt and it's changing and it's different. Some of the tracks are slippery. They're different, you know, like
Different
like Danny
gravels, like
said.
Danny was saying.
Yeah, pea gravel. Some of them get a groove. Some of them don't.
So you got adjust the bike
So,
accordingly to every track.
It's kind of an advantage. Now at the stage we're at with Odin, we really want to get him onto the 85 all the time. But when he can go out on the 65 first, then we can kind of read what the track is, and that really helps us in the setup for the 85.
And it looks like you guys got it quite on the handle. If you guys haven't noticed on the set here, we're surrounded by first place trophies and greatness and the plaques. I mean, there must be at least 15, 16 different first place here. So, I mean, we're really excited when Odin comes on here in about a couple minutes. We're going to bring him on. We're going to wrap it up with what Grandpa's got to say. And Danny boy, maybe you just hold your thoughts for when Odin gets on here. We got the star coming on. I want two of the champions talking the best talk we can.
Yeah, right on. But I just want to say one thing just to kind of intervene in what Papa Bear over here was saying for Odin about how riding two bikes.
Okay.
It's readily good for somebody to be on a bike as much as possible. It's just like any kind of event that you participate in. The more you can do it, the better you become. I mean, it's just like anything. If you're an amateur or pro of anything, the more seat time, the more, just like you in your boxing, the more you do it, the better you get. So the more bikes you can ride and the more opportunity you have to ride bike, you get better. And you can only hope you can get better.
And that's why I was asking him. I was on what you were saying before you step off. I was asking him about practice. And I was like, where do you guys practice? Because these tracks are huge and you have to have an event to go. And like, where does one learn this greatness of a skill? Can you guys explain? Like, because these tracks, they're just not open every day. So how do you practice?
Well, sometimes when you get up towards the pro ranking, you get people that are backing you and got to throw a little money at you and you can rent tracks. But for Odin's sake, obviously he's not at that stage right now, but you're just kind of like I said, the more seat time, the more time you can get on a track when you're at a race, the better it's going to be.
So you're trying to get as many laps at a race. When you go to a race, it's like a practice every entry that you go into. If you go into 5, that's like, even though you might not do good on one of them, you still enter that class for the practice. Is that what you're saying, where you get the seat time?
Yeah,
that's the
absolutely.
opportunity. So you got to capitalize on the race and race these multiple classes. If you're going there and running one class, you're just not getting enough seat time.
Right. Yeah.
Odin's very lucky to have a local track up at Big Bend Campground that he trains on quite often, and he does a lot of training with pro rider Henry Wiles. So that's where he learns a lot of his stuff from, but not everything.
So she was saying Odin learns a lot from Henry Wild's local racer. I'm not good with a lot of names, but
yeah,
Danny
Henry's phenomenal. We've raced back in the day, and we've raced.
There's a couple other guys we want to give a shout out to. That Odin's one of their opponents. The name that we were talking. Cruz.
That would be Corey Texter, runs a series that we believe is great, and he's really trying to help out the young and up and coming people and flat trackers in general. And Odin battles with his son, which is a 3rd generation racer, and they have great battles.
And they get along good, and you guys are both great for the sport. I think on that note, I think it's time that we bring the main character on stage and get Odin in here and take Grandpa's seat and step into the power. What do you think about that, guys?
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's bring Odin in. Let's get Odin in here. Come on, Odin. Let's give him a round of applause. We got Odin coming in. How we doing, Odin? Here's the first place, man. Give me some knuckles, man. Give me some love. Give me some love.
Give me some love, bro.
Give him some love.
There you go.
Odin, hold your mic up when you're talking. Why don't you? I got a list of everything about you here, but I'd rather you tell me about yourself. So why don't you speak in that mic and tell the people your full name and what you're all about and what it's like taking all these first place.
My name is Odin Bernard Music, and I race dirt bikes. And it's fun winning a lot, and
Yeah, I mean, I'm winning. Look at, first let's show everyone what you wear out there. Let's talk about like when you put that on. Is that hot, man? Show the people.
yeah,
Yeah.
this
Look
is
at that. That's just thick and heavy. Let me hold it for you, man. Yeah, this is.
them are my leathers. You wear them, stay safe.
Yeah, there's a full body suit. Protects you all. They don't even zip, huh?
They zip in the front.
They zip. Oh, they zip on the side though, so you got to slip right in though. These are heavy.
No, they separate.
unzip it.
Oh,
They
all right, I
separate
got you,
around
I
in the
got you.
waistband
They
area.
unzip at the bottom.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
look
you-
how
so you
cool-
just
look
got
how cool
pants
Odin
on
looks,
and
man.
you just
Matches
put
your
a-
bike.
A coat.
And
So cool.
And then this thing,
What is this thing? What's so cool about
Kind
this?
of like a life vest, you could
yeah,
say.
it's like a,
It's in-
Oh,
It's
does it blow
inflatable.
up?
It's inflatable vest is what.
Hold on,
if
give
you
me mine.
pull this, the vest explodes and all.
Why don't you pull it?
No, it's not.
It's like $100 each cartridge.
Right.
And then we like to save money in this motocross. It's an expensive sport, ain't it?
Yeah.
What
Okay.
what that kind of does, Odin, it protects your rib
Yeah.
area and your back area a little bit, and it kind of absorbs the shock when you do hit the ground. Obviously, none of us dirt trackers want to ever hit the ground, but there is that case where sometimes it's inventable to have to hit the ground, I guess. But for that case, what that does is helps your upper body area, and it's kind of like an airbag. Is
It
what
is
it
right
is.
there.
It's just kind of an airbag that inflates when you hit the ground, and it's quite a miraculous, interesting thing that they designed over the last few years for flat track racers.
Well, that's pretty cool. And you haven't had to use it yet. You were talking about you were really conscious
Oh,
about.
I've used an air vest before.
You used it.
I sent it flipping down at Harpster. That thing right there.
Right on this guy on this bike.
Yep. Look at the back fender.
Holy man, look at the back fender.
I sent
Yeah,
it
it's pretty
flipping through
banged
the
up.
air.
Pretty banged up. So what
My
did you
frame is still. My frame's
Where?
still cracked.
cracked frame? Your grandpa better fix. Don't be saying that online like that. No, it's not the frame. It's the plastic.
He just wants to show his,
This frame's not cracked, ladies and gentlemen.
his things.
So what I was getting at is you were conscious of the money of that cost. You're like, oh, that's $100. So as Danny boy,
Expensive.
what's that? Yeah. So I was going to lead into that. So, how do you get that? Do you have any sponsors that maybe you could give a shout out to that helps you get that $100 to buy that vest? Is there any sponsors that come to mind you can give a shout out to for us?
Right here.
Maybe. There you go, man.
Yeah.
Read those
Little
off.
cheat sheet.
Give him a
We
little
all need
shout
one
out.
of them once in a while.
He's got so many. He's got so many sponsors. We need a list. He's got a lot of them.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but he's got a
Yeah.
lot of them. That's why. But he knows them.
This isn't all of them. This is supportive ones.
That's the main ones.
Yeah. Dean Arbor Ford, West Branch, Standish Milling, Cost Motorsports, Forbidden Wheels, Papa, Grandma, Mom, and Dad.
Oh,
Ooh,
hoorah!
man, we got some of them right in the house back here.
Yeah.
Why don't you give them a little shout out? Tell them how much you appreciate them taking care of you. And
Yeah, Papa, Mom.
yeah, because it'd be hard to be where you're at if you didn't
Yeah.
have your mom, your grandpa, and
Thanks
your
and
mom.
love. Thanks and love.
You know they believe in you. What does that feel like? Maybe Danny can elaborate on this too. What does it feel like when you got your parents believing in you and you get on that starting line and you want to win for them? Is that something that you feel?
Yeah.
So what's that feeling like? Can you describe it to me?
When I get on the starting line,
Yeah.
feel some. Well, at Nationals last year, or 2 years ago, on the start on the 65, I didn't rev it too much. I revved it not enough, and I did a backflip and
Okay.
landed on my head.
So it's scary sometimes.
That was
Yeah,
scary. And your
scary
mom,
sometimes.
what did grandpa do? What happened after that? During the scenario, do you remember like who helped you pick your bike up? Who?
Oh, the track workers helped me pick my bike up. I got a little hurt from it.
Yeah, but you made it out. Did you end up racing that race and finishing, or what happened?
Yeah, I finished it in one.
You finished it in one because that's what you do, right? Like, did you win a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many wins do you think you got?
I lost count.
You lost count, man. This guy's got so many number one wins and plates and trophies around here.
I think I got 20 sitting just right here.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Danny boy, how many you got?
That's
Danny
a
boy?
lot. I really haven't counted them. I guess I've lost count. Just being the fact that I'm quite older than this young man over here. So
He's
I
only
think
at 20.
I think
He's at 20. You probably.
I think
oh
I
my
exceeded.
God.
I think I've exceeded the 20 back many years ago. But obviously, I took a few years off at times and just got back into it. And it's a great thing to have, just to have that challenge in your life to have that number one.
What do you think you could tell Odin that for his future career that would help him leaving this chair today, sitting next to such greatness? You are sitting next to Dan Couch. He's a winner. He is a great racer, good friend of mine, good supporter of you as well. A guy like this is in the stands rooting for you. You get to sit on a podcast. I bet you Dan's never, this is when he was a kid, it'd be something huge for him. So what could you ask him? Use his knowledge and ask him something that you can take away from this conversation. Do you understand? Okay, what I'm trying to say is, what would you want to know from the best racer? What he does. If he could tell you a secret.
Oh.
If he could tell you something.
Like the abilities that I might have that you don't have quite yet.
That you don't have yet, but he has it, and you're just wondering how to get to that next level. Does that make sense? Oh.
A little bit, yeah.
Be careful, because I have very little abilities.
So you can just kind of shoot from the hip. Ask. You got somebody that's got a lot of skill next to you. You should be excited to probably ask him something to take away from this. So give it a little thought, maybe.
Well, I don't really know how you get such good hole shots.
There you go.
Really? Wow. Sometimes I didn't think I got good hole shots at all, but sometimes it all depends, obviously, on the surface itself. And, a lot of times I guess maybe I don't put a lot of thought into it. Sometimes I'll use a brake on the line. Sometimes depending on, if the traction's there, if it's not there, maybe test it out before I get to the line, spin the back tire to see how much traction is there, to see if I need to, lean up on the bike a little bit more, or if I need to slip the clutch a little bit, or if I need to go half throttle, or if I need to go three-quarters throttle. Then again, it all depends on the surface, whether you got clay base or if you got pea gravel base that's loose and it's going to dig and it's going to want to not bite as much, or per se that a clay track would, have a little more traction on it if it was wet. Obviously I know there's a lot of things that you probably want to know that I could probably tell you, but you just can't think of something right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Does
that answer your question? Did he answer your question? Oh,
Yeah.
so it kind of mattered where to sit on the bike and positioning, front, forward, and then the surface, if it's gravel or not. That seems like that's a big deal. The grass, the surface, whether it's gravel or dirt. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of your wins right now. I can see you just itching over there to talk about some of your greatness. So what we have right here, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have Odin tell us about this. And if you guys are just tuning in, I'm Tyler with Whatever Blows Your Hair Back. And we got professional flat tracker Danny Couch, #1. He's been on the podcast many times before, once before. And then we got a newcomer here who's taken all the wins and all the W's, Odin Music. And he's going to tell us about this race right here and how he win and how he's become the champion with all these first places. So, Odin, step up and talk about it.
Honestly, I don't even know what that one's from.
Jesus, that
says Lucky Thumb on it, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But
It's
this is a big trophy to not know how you got, bud. Anyways,
2024 short track Lucky Thumb Motorcycle Club State Championship.
District 14 state championship.
Yeah.
District 14 AMA sanction. If those of you do not know, AMA is a sanction that holds the race in District 14 as well.
Yeah.
And they must approve the race and race track for its conditions to verify as such greatness as this, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. Let's bring on Danny boy. You pull that trophy down right here.
Oh, absolutely.
I know he's got to have a story for us on that one. You know the race on that one, right?
You got a story for this one?
Let me see.
Yeah, let's bring it back.
Take a peek at it.
Yeah.
It's obvious your
Yeah,
mind's
look at it real
your
quick
mind's
to
not
admire
working
it.
too good. So yeah. Let's get some traction.
First place, though. You got first place. I mean, I never had a trophy this big in my entire life, and you're getting them at like 9 years old. And you don't even know what they say. I can tell you.
It's the same thing exact. It's the same thing as the other one.
That's
It's
looks
just
like a TT.
TT.
That looks like a
different bike.
TT, Odin.
No, that's the same bike.
It's a
Papa.
different track. That's
It's
a TT.
TT,
Yeah, I
though.
said that.
In order to be a TT, you have to have one right
One
turn.
right turn and one jump.
Right.
Oh, you
yeah.
gotta jump.
So that one is a short track. The one that you showed first, the blue one,
Yep.
that's for a short
And
track.
this is
That's
a
obviously
TT. This
that's
is a
just like a
TT.
quarter-mile track.
track,
And
short
this one here has a portion of the quarter mile in it and a right and left turn with a one jump in
Yep.
it.
I didn't know they had jumps in it.
Not
What
a
kind-
double jump, just a single jump because obviously
you
it's
land?
flat
How
track
is that?
bike.
Does it throw you a
just
little-
lands on the flat ground, you know, and you just
Sometimes you hit the ground a little harder.
You get big air.
Sometimes. Last time I hit a jump, I think I went over the handlebars at my house.
You hit jumps. You race motocross ever? Do you play on the dirt bikes?
I raced motocross once.
Yeah, Danny Boy rides motocross, and so do I. I love that sport, but man, is it dangerous.
There's at nationals actually.
Oh, there you go. Look at you right
Yeah.
there. So you always keep your foot out right
That's
there. You
the 26. That's who I battle with. Cruz.
Cruz, what do you think about Cruz? Cruz is he battles with you. You and Cruz, you guys are like you guys going head and head. Like talk about a race with Cruz. Do you guys line up together? Do
Yeah.
you guys wink at each other at the starting gate? Be like, yo, I'll see you. out
give
in
a
the corner.
fist pump.
Give you knuckles. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
fist
guys go
pump.
right next to each other. Your grandpa out there picking lines.
I picked the line.
You picked the line.
They sometimes tell me where to go. But
Grandpa, you don't get any saying what line you're going on, outside, inside. It's not a team decision.
yeah, it's determined by the qualifier.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All right.
There's at nationals on the 85.
Yeah, you can say it's a lot bigger bike. You look a lot smaller now. There you go. You're just ripping around the corner right there. Looking good. How fast you going?
I hit 90 on
90
my,
miles an hour.
I hit 90 on my 85 at Garo.
Like mom was waving off.
Mom
so-
wants to say 78 is the fastest that we've clocked you.
So
Well, 90
like
90
90.
sounds pretty
It sounded
pretty
pretty-
risky, don't it? Though. Yeah, well,
Mom,
that's better
I
be
hit,
truthful
I hit
than
90 at
we're
Caro.
going 90, man. We're going 90. I don't know what
Well.
you're talking about. No one heard that. You're doing it.
Yeah, 78.
So let's talk about. We got some more cups. Your grandpa was really specific on wanting to talk about this guy right here, or one of these guys.
That's the AMA award of the year. I won that from National Championship.
So you got 1, 2, you got 3. They're all the same. They're all the same. So you just keep doing the same thing over and over again, bud?
Yeah, I think I have 7 more of them at home.
Holy man.
Yeah,
That's
there's
pretty
so
awesome.
many of them.
Hey, I want to give a little shout out though right now
Yeah.
about Odin and,
Yeah.
and his family, and it takes a great niche of people to come together to be able to have this program, and to become number one at one time in your life, and that's what it's all about. I mean, it starts right from the bottom and works to the top, and a lot of backing with the family is to come together and to just make things encouraging and to help each other, and like his grandpa working on the bikes and gearing it up and gassing it up and getting it loaded in the trailer and putting the right gearing on and doing the right suspension work on it. And just being an encouragement. That's what it's all about. Just to become a team is to come together.
it's a team sport,
You
right?
know that as well as I do. I mean, it's all about even with your boxing and stuff, it's all about a team, man.
Well, that's why I
it's all
try to
about
do that.
support and just to have each other's backs. And
It is.
And I
It's
think
a
that's what he's got,
camaraderie.
and that's how you become successful at things like this is to have people behind you and supportive and
I think there's a
loving and
mix
caring.
up with that. Well, talking on a team sport, just similar to boxing, you can team, right? You just talked about the team, the family, everyone around you, and you need that. But like stepping in that ring or getting on that racetrack,